King Solomon, the wisdomest man in history. During the golden age of Israel, God chose Solomon, son of King David, to inherit the throne. He was a king blessed with extraordinary wisdom, great wealth, and great power. However, despite his promising beginning, he eventually fell into sin when he turned his back on God. When Solomon first ascended the throne, he went to Gibeon to offer a sacrifice to God. That night, God appeared to him in a dream and said, "Ask for anything you wish, and I will give it to you." Solomon replied, "Lord, I am young and inexperienced in ruling a people as numerous as the sand on the seashore. Please give me wisdom to distinguish right from wrong, so that I may lead your people with justice." God was pleased with Solomon's request and said, "Because you have not asked for riches or the death of your enemies, but have asked for wisdom, I will give you greater wisdom than anyone before or after you. Moreover, I will also give you riches and honor that you have not asked for." From that moment on, Solomon became the wisest man in history. One day, two women came before the king, each claiming to be the mother of the same newborn child. One of them said, "My lord, this woman and I live in the same house. Last night, she accidentally stepped on her child and killed it. Then she took my son while I was sleeping and placed her dead child next to me." The other woman protested, "No, the living child is mine, and the dead child is hers." Solomon observed them for a while, and then ordered his soldier, "Bring me a sword. Cut the child in two, and give half to each woman." At once, one of the women cried out in anguish, "No, my lord. Please let her have the child. Do not kill it." But the other woman said, "Okay, divide it. Do not let any of us have it." Then Solomon declared, "A true mother would never let her child be killed. Give the child to the woman who pleaded for its life. She is the true mother." When the people of Israel heard of this judgment, they were amazed at Solomon's wisdom, realizing that God had given him divine insight. King Solomon builds the temple of God. One of Solomon's greatest achievements was the construction of the temple of God in Jerusalem. He used cedar wood from Lebanon, gold, silver, and thousands of skilled workers to complete this magnificent structure. On the day of its dedication, Solomon prayed to God, and the glory of God descended upon the temple in the form of a cloud. From that day on, the temple became the center of worship in Israel. Solomon was not only wise, but also the richest king of his time. Every year, he received 666 talents of gold, equivalent to several tons of gold, and owned countless chariots, horses, and large palaces. Kings from faraway lands came to listen to his wisdom, bringing him gifts of gold, precious stones, and exotic spices. Solomon's fame spread to the distant land of Sheba. The Queen of Sheba decided to visit him to test his wisdom with difficult questions. After hearing his answer and witnessing the splendor of his kingdom, she was overwhelmed and exclaimed, "What I have heard about you is not even close to the truth. May the Lord your God be praised for placing you on the throne of Israel." Despite being given everything, Solomon eventually strayed from God. He had over 700 wives and 300 concubines, many of whom were from other nations. These wives led him down the path of idolatry, convincing him to worship false gods such as Asherah and Molech. Solomon even built temples to these idols, despite God's strict commandments against it. Then God said to Solomon, "Because you have been unfaithful to me, I will tear the kingdom from you after Because of my covenant with David, I will leave one tribe to your descendants." After Solomon's death, the kingdom of Israel was divided into two. The northern kingdom became Israel, the southern kingdom became Judah. This marked the beginning of Israel's decline. Lessons learned. Wisdom is valuable, but it cannot replace loyalty to God. Wealth and power can lead to ruin if a person does not keep his heart pure. Compromising with sin can lead to dire consequences. King Solomon began his reign with unparalleled wisdom and a glorious kingdom, but he ended in decline because he turned his back on God. His story is a powerful reminder for all of us.